Bienvenidos una vez más al desarrollo de la información y las noticias a través de Radio Flower, la onda positiva musical, cultural, informativa desde San Andrés para el mundo. Estamos desde el Centro Cultural del Banco de la República en la isla de San Andrés y estamos en la ceremonia de presentación formal del Raizal People o the Raizal People Ethnic Governance, el grupo de gobernanza Raizal para San Andrés, Providencia y Santa Catalina, que tiene varios objetivos, principalmente el de empoderar al pueblo Raizal en materia de gobierno, administración y liderazgo en el departamento archipiélago de San Andrés, Providencia y Santa Catalina, reconocido por parte de esta autoridad como un territorio étnico donde por ley el pueblo Raizal ejerce su derecho a realizar o a desarrollar su gobernanza. Están participando entre otros conferencistas el doctor Andrés Livingston Bernard, quien es el presidente de esta organización, y también la secretaria general, quien es la doctora Catalina Outen Linton, entre otros participantes. El evento está teniendo lugar a esta hora con la participación de otros líderes raizales, quienes han manifestado o que vienen trabajando en el proceso de vincularse a esta organización. La información que se viene desarrollando desde el Centro Cultural del Banco de la República en la isla de San Andrés, a través de la onda positiva musical, cultural, informativa, desde San Andrés para el mundo.
The most important, our rights. We have to know about our rights and we have to exercise our rights. We are not the less people in this country and in the world. Our rights, we have them in our mouth, all day talking about it. But we have to start thinking different and exercise all the rights and what we have as human beings and as Raizal people. Well, I know several of you all, when you all saw the invitation, you all say, well, why the Raizal like that? It never happened to someone, no? Why we write Raizal like that? Because the Constitution, when they make the Constitution, 1991, they say, we the Raizal. But today, when you look around and you see, we got a lot of Raizal in all the country. And we still want to go ahead and say we different. That's why we write Raizal with H. Uno like that, we is Raizal. We denominate ourselves Raizal. We have a different tongue. We pronounce it like that. And we write it like that. That is not something what Katia Outen say. That is something that we talk with a lot of people. We consult with a lot of people. We didn't get the chance to go to everybody, but we constructing. So, yes. Well, one of the most important things what I want to talk this afternoon is RAPTEG, the Raizal People Territorial Governance. RAPTEG is not a foundation. RAPTEG is not an organization. RAPTEG, we're fighting, and RAPTEG is our institution of self-governance. This is something we never be working on, and this is something we making reality from this day. Why are we talking about this concept? Because of the struggle of our Raizal people, our Raizal leaders that already died, our Raizal leaders that be struggling, don't care whatever happened, we have one aim, and it's to try to keep together. Because we have been seeing politics divide us. Yes, I participate in politics. But participating in politics, part of my process, and part of what we learn and what they teach us. But when you start read, when you start live, and when you start feel what we're feeling today, we have to try do things to change our reality. And because of the struggle of our ethnic Raizal people on the path to self-determination and self-governance, because we need to understand, we feel in one thing, our children didn't get the education about who we are. We didn't get the education in school. All who we is, all who we feel we is inside. All these things, we didn't get the chance to learn it in school. We don't know about our history. And that is one of the things what we failing in. Because if you don't know your history, really, you're lost. And I think one of the things we have to focus on is build our education. We see in the country, we have different examples of school for ethnic people. They teach them in their language. Why we can't have that? I don't feel like we could have it. We need it, because that's why when I talk and say we have the rights in our mouth, but we know they exercise it. We need exercise it. We need to with school, where we pick in the go and learn to with language when they small in mother tongue. Because we talking, we have to bring back Creole. But the only way we bring back Creole, that if we start teaching, we pick in them find they small, say we got one mother tongue, what will open the door? You open the door for the learn other language and open the door over the entire world, because we blessed when we know Creole, we can learn English and other language more easier. So we have to focus on education. We have to start think not what we do bad, what we can do fun today. And I feel that we have enough people that love this territory, professional, we go out, we come back. But we have to come build for we look country, we have to build it. We can't go ahead, they build up others, and we know they build up with self. That's why I hold on for one thing. Who I is, where I come from, I can't go ahead, sit down and they look for things coming to me. First, I know God is my provider. But what I can do for my people, I want to do it. Because that is what we have to put in our children's brains. We can't depend on our states, what we say, and we understand they're not taking care of us. We have to start take care of each one another. We have to take apart what is different egos. I'm so happy to see all of you here, because we put this in a lot of prayer. Because we know God going do something different. No care, maybe I not talk to you, because we no come together, we no chat, we no book up one another. We had a nice exercise the other day. We have several people in activity. We sit down and we talk where we come from, who is, who are my granny, my papa, who this. And we get to notice on the table, you had cousin, double cousin, and they never know them that cousin. Because we no take space to chat about ourselves and build up one another, no truth. So you can change the
Presentation.
the presentation.
Vaya afuera.
I don't know.
F5.
Ethnic territorial rights. These ethnic territorial rights refer to all recognition of our human rights over our defined territory. The court already said San Andrés, Providencia, and St. Kedina is Raizal territory, no truth. I had time say something. They don't tell we say, they ratify say this house that we house. So if I got my house and I want to build a room for my house, why I have to go and go ask somebody outside to come tell me how I want to build my house or what I want to do in my house? Then don't recognize that we the Raizal, but that we can understand. So we got to be autonomous space, and we have to start exercise with self-government. We see self-government in different parts of the world and different countries, but like we can't assimilate that we have that power. We can't assimilate that our resources God bless we with our resources. But everybody they come from outside and exploit our territory. And we see what they happen to them, they get poorer and poorer and poorer. We turn beggars into we country, to we small nation. So we have to start work on this. We have the chance to reverse it. But one of the things, we have to beg pardon. And the thing that what we do bad, we don't have to go beg this one and that one. We beg God pardon, clear up for we way with the Lord and beg him to bless we. Because him that do everything, and we have to try start do things better to build up one another. Not how would I say, mama holla, no. We can't go ahead lose with energy for them things. We have to take with energy to build for with future because we need that future. We need it. That is the vision of RAPTEG, of our self-government, our institution. We have different examples of ethnic territorial rights. We have the Baila Semti. We have the Baila 21. These things you can advance. Dr. Paul will talk about it more. We have examples of ethnic territorial rights in Colombia and Latin America. For example, in Peru, just last year, the tribunal recognized the territorial right of the Kiwa in the Amazonia. Just last year that they happened. So why it can't happen this year or next year to we? For example, we have the Wampis Nation in Peru. They were recognized as the first indigenous autonomous self-government, the Wampis in Peru. In Mexico, they are recognized as linguistic constitutional rights and self-indigenous governance. That means if we put forth effort on this, we can start exercise our governance. This governance is not for Katya, for Andrés, for this one. This is for all of us. It's space for all of us. It's a lot of things we have to work on. We got so much things to work on. I believe we need people. But we need the people then to be conscious that we want to build up ourselves. And maybe we not live for sick or for reap, but we want to live it for with children and grandchildren. And but if we don't start doing it now, you believe me, children and grandchildren will be slaves in this territory. We could advance. Raizal People Territorial Governance RAPTEG. What is the meaning of self-government? It's the capacity of a people to establish and exercise our self-government based on our culture and internal law, our tradition, design, our rules and leadership, and take decisions for the well-being and the welfare of our people. One of the aims we talk about all the time and we be inviting people, what we have to try focus on, get back our territory, our land. We know we pass necessity, and necessity have been the focus what everything be working, because where is poverty? We know say a lot of we parents and grandparents they sell their land to we go study. When you lose your land, it's something really, really hard. Because when time you go and you're putting in about what to live, you don't know what is to pay a rent, that is something really, really hard. And we is owner of territory. We have to see how we went, get back all these land, and we have to come and negotiate with the state. It can't go ahead be like, yeah, they want to do this, they want to do that. We have to get back the land, and all these land that be taken have to come back to our people. We see all the invasion them. Many times I say, people coming from outside and invading our land. And we got a lot of people here, Raizal people, no got no land and no where to live. So when we start think, is a lot of things we could do to help our people. The next thing, our language. Focus on our language. It have to be really in school, because our children them have to get the first education in our mother language. When they get the first education in the mother tongue, it's children that will advance more. It happened to me. Many times I attending to my patient and I end up the talk my Creole to them because it is something in me. So we have to recover that and make the children them lift up themselves, loving who we is. Don't shame to talk. Wherever you is, you try to talk your language. Because who don't understand, then we have to go ask. But we can't go ahead to make who we is and taking up other culture because that's what we live in today.
Yeah, that's right.
And our culture, how beautiful our culture. People come to San Andres, Providencia and Catalina because they want to see something different. But what happened today? When people come to San Andres, Providencia and Catalina, yes, they come and they look on beach, they come and they look on sea, but our culture being displaced. And who have to take it up? No stranger no want to take it up for me. It's me have to try to take it up. And it's me have to give the importance. And RAPTEG is not like you say, we want to take like an independent thing. No, the local government want to go ahead. Who decide to go ahead in politics, it could go ahead. And the beautifulest thing can happen is tomorrow we have somebody that has the thinking and the vision in the local government, but we have right to our self-government. What when work parallel and the local government have to respect our decision them in our territory. The Raizal people territorial governance example of self-government in Colombia and South America. In this country, we have several ethnic indigenous self-governance that are consolidated, recognized, and have effective autonomy. They have in Cauca, we have the Nasa, the Misak, we have the Yacona, and we had others. The Wayu in Guajira, the Arhuaco people in Santa Marta also, the Cancahuanos, the Wiwas, and the Kojis. When we talk about this, it comes to me a remembrance. I remember they had an activity here, and some people came from Guajira. I met a specialist in bone, and he was sharing about, he worked in the indigenous hospital in Guajira. And he said, the hospital make according to the custom of the people them. They don't have the hospital, the normal bed, because they use for them special type of bed. They have in the room, they have where they can cook and buy the tea and stuff. Because they're respecting them. But they're not respecting us because we're not standing up and who we really is. And we have to work hard together to get back that. The indigenous people from Amazonas like the Kuna, Witoto, Bora, and Yagua. The Embera people in Chocó, Risaralda, Medellín, Antioquia. The Bari population in north of Santander. All these different people, they have been respected in this country. And the state in the obligation to take care of them, as them in the same obligation to take care of us. But it seems like no one taking care of us because we don't want to take care of ourselves. Go ahead. Self-determination. What is self-determination? Is the right to be active and decide all our decisions that affect our future. What it means for the Raizal people? It means that this will be a real institution in front of the nation state and the different government, and we have to be active participating in front of our tourism, our education, our health, our fishing, our proper development. Stop being spectators. We can't go ahead and sit down and they say this and that they happen. We have to take up for we cross and fight for what that we. We not going to fight with nobody. And all the time what they say, Raizal no like work, Raizal is too aggressive, all they do that criticize. We don't know all what they say, but we not truth. But all that do that put we like, we can't see. We got like a veil in front of our face that we can't see all the benefit and all the good things them that we have that we not taking all we capable to bring it out. So when they might take decision in our territory, yes, I remember I know Miss Ophelia she went past in our history like who fight the prayer consultation. That's all and so. Yes, that is so. And I recognize that and I really start my struggle with Raizal community because of her. And I know several of them in this room, we did it together with her. Previous consultation is a right we have. If we was practice prayer consultation, we would have been in a different condition today. Come back again, we don't know our rights. When they want to do anything with territory, it have to be consulted. It have to be consulted. But what happen now? They put the consultation when time everybody they work. So we can't go. When they want to take decision in a territory, then decision that is a powerful arm that the state give the people, the ethnic people. And that ethnic people that sit down and be exercising prayer consultation, several of these people, we see different cases. For example, in Santa Marta, they had a case where they demand the interior minister because they had a agreement about territory that they demark, that anything they want to do in that territory has to be consulted. And you had some different company working on this territory and then start do some research and trying to take out all the natural resources to make money off of it. And the indigenous people then get the liar and the man and then win it. Because the state have to respect. We have all the legal weapons for the state to respect us. So we have to start to use it. We need everybody come out. We can't go ahead, that's why I say we can't go ahead be spectators. We have to be actors of our future. Every goal means we have to do some sacrifice. And if we not decide to do the sacrifice, we know I get what we need to get. So we have to start there. Like they hit against one another. We can't go ahead because divide, we know I get it. And one of the first things I always keep in my mind, don't care who we was, don't care what we did, all the time, the Lord forgive we and give you a second chance. And the love is what have to bring we together, the love to our territory and who we is. Prior consultation, well, was talking about it, the fundamental right that means that all project and decision that affect us have to be consulted with us before we approve. Free, firm, infirm, on time. For Raizal, no project or rule should be taken over their land without the consent. Development should be according to our necessity. We say people come and they want to build this, they want to build that. Anybody come and say, what do we Raizal people really need? We see how we live today there, we see a lot of poverty in our community. The first thing should be advancing is taking care of all the issue. But everybody come and do what they want and take all the money they want. And they know they see the real necessity of our people. So we have to sit down and clear up all these points and start exact that we have the right to get our development according to our necessity. We can't go ahead and say, then they help other people that they really, many times they don't need the help, and our people passing so many necessities. So the invitation for all of us today is that RAPTEG open doors. Really, why Mr. Endis? Mr. Endis talking about this long time. Every one of us in this room passed a process to be here and to be who we is today. And I want you know a joke. Me and Mr. Endis never talk. I never want to see him at all. That's all that also. Me and Mr. Andrés never talk because we stand up and we fight different time in a different room because of what he think and what I think. But one thing, the day come, but we understand because me and you think different, that no means me and you can't go along together or we can't sit down and share and talk and come to different points. And when he come and ask me and expose to me everything, I tell him, Mr. Andrés, one thing we need to do is come together and fight and show us that we're capable because we have to live back with dignity as Raizal and show us that we can do things to help with people. This self-governance RAPTEG is for the entire Raizal community. Nobody, no more and nobody. Mr. Endis, we name him the Prime Minister because he come the first person to start talking about it. But Mr. Endis can't do things for him own because the day he do things for him own, he got a lot of people coming over his head. That's all and also. So yes. So the first one I mean. So the thing is that this is open. We need everyone that we come together. We can build up one another, build up the different organizations them, and we build up our self-government because it's time enough. God bless you all. And let's go ahead. Thank you so much, Doctora. That time now we highlight culture through dance. We want to welcome.
Notice that is in the Constitution and is in international laws also. So that you can find it. The Constitution recognizes the multi-ethnic and multicultural nature of the nation, which lays the foundation for ethnic autonomy. On the article number 1, Colombia is instituted as a democratic, participatory, and pluralistic social state governed by the rule of law. Article number 7 also you can find it. The state recognizes and protects ethnic and cultural diversity. On the article 246, you can find also they recognize special indigenous jurisdiction. Indigenous people may exercise jurisdictional functions with their territorial scope. On the article 330, also regulates the administration of indigenous territories. It grants them the authority to apply their own norms, as what Ms. Scientist was talking about and what Ms. Katia was talking about also. You can apply their own norms. And control the exploitation of natural resources in their territories. Also, they participate in development plans in the article 286, 287, and 329. Recognize the political, fiscal, and administrative autonomy of territorial and entities, including territorial entities also. And Colombia legal frameworks. You can find it also on the Law 21 that brother was talking about this law of 1991, ratified ILO Convention 169, which recognized the right of indigenous and tribal peoples to preserve their identity, culture, institutions, and legal systems. Also, Law 89 of 1890 is a little bit old, but also this law established the framework for the International Organization of Reservation and the existence of traditional authorities such as town councils. Also, you can find it on Law 70 of 1993 that recognized the rights of Black communities to their ancestral territories, including mechanisms for autonomy and self-government. That's what we are trying to do with what we are doing now. At last, its primary focus on Afro descendants. That was what Dr. Katia was talking about in Colombia country. We can find a lot of them, also indigenous and Afro descendants. And the decree 1953 of 2014 creates a special transition regime so that indigenous people can express public administration functions while the law on indigenous territorial entities is approved. And also you can find it in the sentence T129 of 2011 that private consultation, autonomy, integrity, cultural identity. And just don't talk about international law, that was the ILO Convention 169, ratified by Colombia in 1991 also, recognized the right of indigenous people to decide their own development priorities, preserve their political, economic, social, and cultural institutes, be consulted in a free, pure, and informed manner. The United Nations Declaration on the Right of Indigenous People on 2007, not binding, it establishes clear international standard for autonomy and self-government. Article number 4. Right to their own institutions of justice and government Article number 5, right to control over their territories, resources, and political systems. Article 26 and 34. And well, all these you can find many more around the country and around the world also. So each one of you can just look and find about each one of these things in your homework. You could say that as that, and well, you people are invited to come and be part of RAPTEG community institutional. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Howard and Mr. Ellis Livingston. I really come to listen to say about all this topic. But really, I come in discouraged, like say for 1 year coming back. I'm very discouraged because sometimes as leader, people expect you to do things when you are your hand to do. And when they come and ask you for the things then, and you can't reach it to them or they get it to them, then you come to be the worst people as a leader. We have a problem in the department, and one of the biggest problems we have right now is to organize ourselves. I see you all start at work, good for you know, or good for everybody, good for we, no make they don't talk. But really, we have to talk, clarify things to our Raizal people. In which sense? So many things talk here this evening about, and this mentioned somebody can buy the land, but they can't build, outsiders. I can tell you something in this. Then they use we want people to buy land. Yes. And how you want to stop that? Testaferro. We Raizal people and buy boat, but that somebody else buy it, and then they use it. How juridical way you want to stop that as a Raizal, if the Raizal got the right to exercise it right in the territory? One of the things that we have to clarify in here, who we follow? Raizal authority, Raizal council, the RAPTEG, the one for Ophelia, the one for pastor, the one for so when I mean pastor, not the pastor where I don't know if Pastor Alberto go there, I don't know if in any organization. I mean to say, in so many organizations, as leader in the department, we say that they represent we. Because they say that they represent we, you know. And plenty people, they follow. Said it's them that represent them. And how you that tell them, say that no them they represent them, if they feel like that them they represent them. And one of the next thing where caught my attention is something that Andy said too. So when you make election, it's not a political election. Popular election. I can understand that. But you have to make an election, but whatever how you want to call it, you have to make an election. It means to say you have to gather the people in who will form part of whatever you want established in the statute, whether organization or whatever. You can't quarter my derecho a la participación because I have right to participate. You understand? So you have no angle to because if you go like how you got like all empire years when they elect the Raizal authority, one time they do it by finger, and I was there, and I said only for people who believe who went there around the table, they should have stayed in at the Raizal authority. I was there before they had the assembled did a thing. And but we never know better did that, and we were happy for that we work on the statue, you know, and things, and so everybody lift up their hand. And that them who when they represent me or they still represent me until today. So we have to do things for people who get hurt. Because you know why people don't come out? I don't want to be part of it. Oh, because they feel hurted. They don't believe in nobody. Because they be failing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. So you don't know who to believe in. You don't know who to go to. You don't know who to represent with. So the Raizal people, we have to organize ourselves good. RAPTEG come up. I represent about 4 different organizations for women. We need strength in them because we will work with the finger head. So my question is this. You all is an institution, right? So if I know organization, I can make one institution. Okay, that is something clear why I want to have. And I will go and let my minister them.
No, you know.
The people.
The assembly.
No, but that's what me to say. The assembly. So anybody can go and make the institution. Eso no queda como rueda suelta, everybody they make institution. No? Well, okay then. That is just what I want. Thank you very much.
Excuse, that not my word, but this I consider this very important for announce to before I go. We from the Ministry of Work or Job, whatever, we they work on the política pública de trabajo digno y decente. We make some exercise already with some Raizal people. I asked them for the space for Raizal participating if we take it out. Then they redact the document. But one of the things where I want beg you know, when time then call to socialize the document, if you stand up and say that one thing the document say that the job them, the directive job them in San Andrés, be for islanders. Because I don't read the document and I don't see it. I beg you know, it's for Raizal people. Not because right now you see that they work on make examination for Creole. That's not going nowhere because the people they make one exam, they make two, they make three, they make four, and they continue and they still get the job. But that if you say it's not, one time in one of the meeting, Jairo Rodriguez did say, he said one time they had one situation with all the Busgaro. He said the president from the court. I don't know if the constitutional court from Bogota come and say, is English the problem? If the English I want to send somebody go learn English and come back. The English are not the problem. The problem that we say, Raizal people. Raizal. Because I'm everybody are Raizal.
23. It said like this. It said, my land is not to be sold. My land is mine. You are only a foreigner on my land. Jehovah talked to the people of Israelites. I would say not to the people of Israelites in our situation, on the Raizal people. The land belonged to God. The land belonged to Jesus Christ. He said it must not be sold because you are only a stranger on my land. Something contrary to us here in the archipelago. RAPTEG, Raizal People Territorial Governance. It's an act of some of Raizal people that understand the situation that we are going through. We begin to work from 2023 to be able to get organized and set up a statute around self-government. During the 2023, finally 2024, in the month of September, we had a statute working night and day with several professionals and also with support with people from, not from our island, people outside that understand that we are ethnic people and we have been discriminated by the state of Colombia around the territorial rights. One of the key elements that we used was to be able to set up this statute for RAPTEG is the sentence 053 from 1999. That's a sentence that said that the whole archipelago of San Andrés province and Ketlina, it is Raizal territory. but it is only on paper and it only on in the sentence. Nobody looked the way to exercise that self-determination of our territory. Why we bring Brother Orville and Brother Samuel Robinson here is for them was to give us a historically background of our self-determination. We, this generation, is who give away that self-determination that we had all the way coming down. I have a elder in Januel. Sometime I talked to him, and once he said to me, he said, "Endis, said, where we are today is because of the airport generation." I said to him, "And what is this airport generation?" He said, "All who born after the Freeport. We give up everything that belong to us to be able to capture things that come from outside that we consider and believe that it was all to benefit us. Yes, it benefits us for a time, but today and in the future, it is not benefit to us. Contrary, it benefit to ours. So because of all these situations, and I will go to something that I would want you all to understand and listen to me maybe because of different concepts that the people have around leadership of the archipelago. I was part of the Raizal Council. And the Raizal Council was set up for a reason, but the reason doesn't fulfill. And I decided to retire from it this May, the month of July, June, give me 3 years since I resigned from it because it was not working in behalf of the people. And the reason of that council was to able to carry through carry through and defend the rights of the Raizal people, but it is not work. It wasn't working towards that. Meanwhile, I was there and I came out. I met with several leaders from different self-governing territory in the continent, and they support me, and that's why today we decided was to set up something that the people can participate, that the people can have access to, have information, and able to participate to take decision into our territory. Not one person, not two person, not 3 person take decision for our people. RAPTEG is for the people and the people. We are asking that all the Raizal people to let us hold on this institutionality, because if we do not hold on to something that gives us self-government, our future will be dark. So I'm saying this for you all to understand clearly where this institutionality come from and where it is going. We have to talk about the juridical support of this institutionality. Some people said, where you all get that from? For example, community prime minister, community ministers, and so forth. If you self-determine, you can give whatever name you want to give to any institutionality that you have. And to take decision or to organize to take decision, you don't need to ask nobody to take decision. You don't need to ask nobody to assemble. You assemble and organize. If you go to the international convention, on the right of civil and political rights, it tells you that all people have the right to assemble and organize. Maybe some people do not respect or do not understand that. They are saying that those people do not replace me. Those people, I know nothing about them. But all people have the right to assemble and nobody can question it. That's why it says, assemble freely and in peace, because the people do it. And that's where we start from. In the Convention 169, several articles saying that each ethnic people, they have the right to have institution. It did not say one institution. It said all ethnic people have the right to have institutions. So how can I say one institution replace a people? No, I cannot say that. Or I would say represent a people. The law did not say that. It said that all ethnic people, all ethnic groups, they have the right to have different organization, different institutionality. Well, today, RAPTEG is one of the institutionality of the Raizal people. And we are asking all who want to participate, welcome. We are on the base of constructing self-determination in behalf of our people, not in behalf of an individual person that looking benefit for himself. We are for the people. And I want to leave that clearly here today that we are here for the people. And we're asking youth, adults, elders, women, let us get together and construct this road of self-determination. We are ready, this statute, for you all to have more or less what we do. This statute was being presented to two international lawyers that work for nations all through the world. They revised it from the first days of November 2024 until the midship of January. They returned back the statute for us. After that revision, we sent it to the staff lawyer for the Organization of Indigenous in Bogota, the ONIC, for him to take a revision of that statute also, because they are exercising self-government. Only people that not exercising self-government into Colombia is Raizal people. And because of the way of how we stay, with the way that we think, we cannot continue this way because we are not going to get nowhere. So the liars revised it, and he make one amendment on that statute. The statute will be published in the coming days because we're setting up the website. We do not have the resources to put up the website, to put up the statute that everybody can have access to be able to read and understand. The next thing that the component of this statute, we're not talking about Congress, because Congress is something that limited. We are talking about summit. In the coming months, we're going to have a summit for the Raizal people, in which we will be there to be able to discuss the administrative body of this RAPTEG. We need to all of us to get together, put head together, put hand together to be able to make this to construct this this road for Raizal people. We already sent letter to the President of the Republic. The President notified us that he received the letter that we sent, and he satisfied of receiving that letter, and he passed it to the Minister of Interior for him to proceed in the to attend our claim to set up this our government. The answer that the answer that is sent to us for the people from the UNESCO, it is something that was working more than a year and a half with the UNESCO, because from we become to be biosphere reserve. The biosphere reserve live on paper. It is there, but it's only on paper. It comes today to be a political structure into our community. When the biosphere reserve, in the act that established that biosphere reserve, they said, we the Raizal people are the biosphere reserve. What participation do we have into this biosphere reserve? We don't have any at all. Somebody else is taking decision for us. So these people from the UNESCO, their promise was to be here today. But due to the fact of problem of connection, they lose the flight, was to be here today with us. That's why they said in the coming days they will be sending to us to reorganize the coming meeting, that I hope that the same amount of people that is here and more could come out and listen to where we're going, because the importance of this is that Raizal people participate in any decision that will be on our territory. That's self-determination. That's it. If we cannot self-determine on our territory, we are doomed. So the idea is that we, with this self-government, the local government can continue to do what he wants. This has to be done. And the only way it can done if we, the people, decide for it to done. Every governor go there, do things to their believe and what they want. We are saying we are self-governing our territory. Anything that you are going to do, you have to call the body for us to get together. Maybe it seems something very controversial for many people, but the jurisprudence from the Colombian Constitutional Court and the Inter-American Court of Justice and the into the Inter-American Commission of Human Rights, in all what they are telling us for many years, you all have right to self-determination. You all have right to self-determine. You all have right to autonomy. But everybody is afraid to say that we are setting up self-government. Well, this group do not afraid anymore. Yeah. We are going to turn this out, because it is something that we needed to be able to control and decide in our territory. And in a few more days, we will be taking out law that determine that on the hill, San Luis, and other part of the territory, no more construction on the territory. Only Raizal people can be able to construct in the territory. If we do not do that, we will continue going how we are going. We have to start to take decision. Maybe many is grumbling and saying, but I know where I'm going. And we have all the elements to stop things from doing here. You can buy the stranger can buy the land, but you cannot build in my territory without my consent. And everybody, we go with that message from here. We will not accept any more construction for outsider into the territory of San Luis and Gulf on the hill and around the rock, because the island is finishing away and all our rights is leaving us into a jeopardy. So the idea for us is to let us get together, all of us, and decide and organize. We're trying to get somewhere to be able to set up the office that the people can have access to information. This is one of the things that the people do not have information about, nothing at all. We're saying we're having different organizations that represent the people, but the people knows nothing that going on about them. So many of the things we are faulty of what going place with the people, because the people support, but unto the final, we don't inform, we don't feedback the people then with the information that we're having, what we're dealing with the state and so forth. So get to the point around government, internal government of the Raizal people. We have a structure. We have a structure named Community Constituent. Everything that surrounds this institutionality is around community. Everything is community, because in the past we do things maybe in the name of the community and we don't comply with the community. This is something that the people going to have all access to. The community ministers, because we're talking about community minister of education, community minister of development, of health. We need to put all these things into force. Development for our people. Look at the condition that many of our people into, and there is nowhere to able to help them to get out of this darkness. So we are saying, people, let us put difference aside. Let's get together and set up this institutionality of the Raizal people for us to be able to advance and better the life of the people, to dignify the life of our people. We, the self-government, we have to be able to contribute with this self-government to our people, that the people that come to this territory can understand that we have a government, a self-government here, and you come here and you have to do what you want. Sister Katia talked about all these amount of different self-government that exist in Colombia. In these people territory, you can't go there and do what you want. But everybody come here and do what they want on our territory, because we sit down and permit it. We sit down and permit it. And if you try to do something, they say, look on those idiots. Well, I will be idiot until I die. So the idea, my people, is for us to be able to set up this government. In the summit that we're going to have will be the nomination of all the ministers and community ministers that are going to be into this our self-government.
So let me ask you a question, sir. What do I have to do to be at the table where you're sitting, where you're at right now?
What you have to do?
Yeah. I want to be part of the...
Oh, you want to be part of it? Yeah. It is no problem when we finish, we sit together and we talk, and then we inscribe you over there in this, that you can be able to participate. Okay? Okay. Something that I want to clear about what is indigenous self-government. We so contaminate with the politics. Everything that we do, we consider they have to be in the way of the politics. Convention 169, the Declaration of the United Nations of the indigenous and tribal people, we have to, is according to our custom, our customary law, not according to the politician them law. So those that have that idea, I trying to invite them, hey, read the law that apply out. Yeah. So the idea is for us to, the idea for us is to study the law, them, understand them, that to go out there a popular election in no part of the world, no ethnic people have popular election. They go to assemble or they go to submit, and there they decide their future. So that is what all this is about. And I would say I invite all of you all to be able to come to us, come to this institutionality, be part of it, come and form part of the community organization that we have inside in turn, that we can able to advance, because we have many things. The things that have done right now is just something like we say provisionally to able to continue for this, to able to continue and able to get it to be materialized. We need our people to get together. Thank you all.
De esta manera finalizamos el cubrimiento del desarrollo de la información desde el Centro Cultural del Banco de la República a través de Radio Seaflower, la onda positiva musical, cultural, informativa desde San Andrés para el mundo. Soy Daniel Newell Hudson, invitándolos a continuar en la sintonía de la programación de nuestra emisora, la cual se emite a través de www.radioseaflower.com. También a través de nuestra aplicación, que se puede descargar desde la tienda de App Store y Play Store para dispositivos móviles y plataformas digitales. Estamos en YouTube, con videos de todos nuestros contenidos. Videos que usted puede ver, compartir, darle like, suscribirse al canal, hacer sus comentarios en el buzón de comentarios y hacer clic en la campanita de notificaciones para enterarse de las últimas publicaciones que hacemos a través de nuestro canal. Estamos en Facebook, Instagram, X, en las redes sociales. Usted puede enterarse de los anuncios y también de contenidos de nuestro streaming. Una vez más me despido, soy Daniel Newell Hudson, invitándolos a continuar a la sintonía de nuestra programación a través de Radio Seaflower, la onda positiva, musical, cultural e informativa desde San Andrés para el mundo. ¡Feliz tiempo! Y que el Señor los bendiga. Muchas gracias.
Por años, miles de familias en la Colombia profunda esperaron ser atendidas. Hoy, la salud por fin llegó. Llegan los médicos, llega la prevención, llega el cuidado, llegan los equipos básicos del Gobierno Nacional, donde antes no llegaba nadie. Hoy, más de 4.500.000 familias ya reciben atención con acciones reales y personal capacitado. Esta es una de las cientos de obras que el Ministerio de Salud del Gobierno del Cambio ha realizado en todo el país. Ministerio de Salud y Protección Social, Gobierno de Colombia.